All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1097. I believe it is episode 1097 on this beautiful Thursday evening. And we want to say thank you. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and we are greatly appreciative of that. Yep. As Renee stated in the chat, a lot of 90s jams because it is Throwback Thursday. But here we like to call it Serious Six because tonight we're going to go over 6 different exams, 6 different questions. Brandy's gonna have 6 different answers. What a concept, yeah? He's gonna break it down with a little bit of content, a little bit of technique.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this: just surface knowledge, just surface, not overthinking, not double thinking, not overdoing it, none of that. Brandi always constantly says the most people miss questions because they overthink it. They make it more than it is.
True.
It's kind of like a bad argument with yourself. You ever notice when you have arguments that when you give it some time and some rest and some thought and you go, that was really an argument, not even worth having. It was too deep. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even know that we needed to have that argument. I don't even know if I should have even gone that far. You know what I mean? Like that regret of the argument altogether. Just what a waste of time. Sometimes these questions, when you look at them, it's really more of an argument with yourself every time, right? Is it A? Is it C? I don't know. Is it that? Oh, it could be this. Well, in some cases, I remember that it was this. Or if you're studying with somebody, you literally argue over the fact that was it A or B, right? And then you realize that your gut instinct, when you first looked at it, was the right one, where you should have just clicked B just because it was so easy. It's a worthless argument most of the time. And most of the time, you just need to answer. I know that Brandi had a Series 65 and we had an SIE today. Both recordings are out, both replays are out for everyone. So make sure to check your emails over there on the Kona. And we had some great conversation. She had some great conversation in the study hall and or the small group tutoring, right?
Oh yeah, both. It was a popping day.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And a lot of questions about retention, a lot of questions about how to study, a lot of questions about what else? What am I missing?
Yeah, just being intentional with what you're doing in your session.
I know there was something else that had caught my ear, and I can't remember what it was. But Brandi was really going into it, especially on the 65 stuff, and really about, some people just are a little bit over the top with their approach to things, and a little bit too much read into it when you can make it a lot easier. One of them is the Series 65. Series 65. If you're taking the Series 65, at any point you pick up a calculator, you're doing it wrong.
I'm just going to say something real quick about the 65. The reason why the 65 is so intimidating is that if you are reading any other study provider, any other, I don't name a brand, doesn't matter which one, it's dense. It's a lot of information. So I wrote our own study guide. Guys, do you know there's so much information in there that I still have to look up if I have that in there or not? I do. I do. But that's how much information is in the 65. But yet, if you follow what we teach you, you guys can get through it fast. Just saying.
A lot of math that's not on the math.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that you don't need to know. But again, and this goes back to what we're learning tonight. Q banks, question banks. So much weight is put on scores and Q banks. Q banks are very helpful. They help you with the getting your head out of the content into they're going to ask me questions about this and kind of start to understand how they're going to kind of ask you these questions, or how about you're going to need to go about it when you look at these questions and how you possibly could be answering these questions, right? But I will say this. I know a lot of people who study and they will literally take so much time deliberating over one question that won't be on the exam at all. I mean, they will I like message Brandi over and over again on just beating a dead horse with a, you ever heard that? Like you just beating a dead horse. Like, and it's like, no matter what you say, they just don't believe you that question can't possibly be on the exam. Because why would it be in a Q bank? Because Q banks don't know what's on the exam either. But do you know what I do know? Is that those questions that you're deliberating over and it's taking a toll on your mental because you think that question is going to be on there, 9 times out of 10, it's not even asked that way, not even written that way.
No. And guys, you don't have to score 100%.
No.
You don't have to be 100% correct.
Most of you don't even know how many questions you need to get right or what the percentage is to get a passing score. I'm just curious in the chat. Those studying the 65, what do you think is a passing score? Eric, you're not allowed to type.
I think they're talking percentage.
No percentage. So you're already wrong. No percentage. So when you get scored on the exam, when you get a passing score, it's not a percentage. NASAA exams are not. There you go. Right?
3 different answers.
Yeah.
92.
92 correct. Out of how many?
130 scored or 140 total.
Right. And if you do the percentage, it's not an exact 72% either. So
71.667%.
Yeah. So it's technically not that. I know Eric's bummed out that he really wanted to answer that. Do you know how many you need to get right for the SIE? What's the percentage for the score for the SIE to get a passing score? 60%? No.
Oh, I think she went back to number correct.
Oh, sorry. 60, yeah. 70%. Yes. So FINRA exams are percentage, number of percent is it goes by percentage. And so you're getting a 70% on the SIE is a passing score. NASAA exams like the 65 and the 63. Mm-hmm. What else is
66?
66 mm-hmm. is all number correct. Mm-hmm. Series 6, what is the passing score on that one? Do any of you know? Anybody know? Anybody? Go ahead, Eric. He wants to jump in there so bad. He's all, call on me. Wish you type faster. 70%. There you go. 70%. SIE, 70%. Series 6, 70%. Series 63. Remember, NASA exam. So how many do you need to get correct? %72% for 63. I just said it's not a percent.
71.6667.
It's number correct on that one as well. For the Series 63. Brandi, go ahead and answer.
43 quick. 43 correct questions.
You have to get 43 correct on the Series 63. Series 26 is a FINRA exam. What's the percentage on that one?
70%.
Oh, you weren't going to let him?
Oh, sorry.
Brandi already, her ADD is kicked in. She's all, this game is fun, but nobody's answered quick enough. 26 and 70%.
Oh, I know that one by heart because I got a 68, a 69, and a 68.
And do you know what's funny is the last two, what were your scores in the Q banks?
85, 83, 90, 92. I had it in the bag, yo.
We had a teacher we were paying for, and this guy was yelling at her and telling her, guaranteed.
I'm never wrong.
Never wrong. Guaranteed.
You're going to get between an 82 and an 86 because that was when they gave us scores.
Yeah. See, Diana had this exact same experience. 88 in the Q bank, 63 on the reel. Then she found us. But the thing is, there's a lot of those stories of people scoring really high in the Q bank and missing it on the exam. And then there's a lot of people who don't even know what a passing score is on the real exam, and their goals and their approach is totally off. They're like totally misplaced. Look, you just got to get a passing score. That's it. You just got to get a passing score. So if you took the SIE and you scored a 65%, that's only 5% off. That's really close. If you got a 68%, that's really close. If you are within 10% of your goal, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. You just literally need a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a push, a little bit of don't overthink it. And most people who get that close, one of the first things they tell us is, I went back and changed some answers. Oh, I flagged some of these questions, and then I went back and changed it. What else did they say, Brandi?
Oh, some people before they come to us tell us they run out of time.
Series 63, they run out of time. That is common with the 63 is out of time. All of these can help you out. All of this can be solved and you can be helped out if you guys start learning the Kona program, the Kona way of doing it with the techniques and a little bit of content. And we're going to show you how to do that tonight as we go through these questions. So as we go through these questions tonight, if you are one of those people who cannot get out of their way for whatever reason and just click the dang right answer and move on and seriously beat on that question like a dead horse, tonight's going to be fun because Brandi's going to go through these questions the way Brandi goes through the questions. Normally, she slows it down for all of you, but right now, we're going to have her answer it just the way she answered it when she found the question and how fast she went through them.
Ooh, dang.
And then we'll go back through it.
Okay.
So that way you can get an idea of how you need to like start looking at your quizzes, how you need to approach your quizzes, how little you need to do and to think when you go through these questions. And if you're in the Kona membership and you're on, and if you're already signed up or you're thinking about signing up, tomorrow is a great day to get on there because tomorrow she does a live quiz.
Yes, I do.
So if you're one of those people who are like, oh, sure, she picked 6 questions, tomorrow she will not. It'll be a live quiz. And I believe the gauntlet has been thrown down that by Matt, who is on.
Yes.
That he would like it in the Series 65 tomorrow.
Yes.
So if you're an SIE studier and you're already, blanking out because you're like, well, I don't know, because I'm not studying the 65. I should just go do a quiz on my own and just see what I get. That's wrong. Don't do that. And I don't know why you had a Southern accent all of a sudden. You should be on there anyway because it'll work. It'll work on the SIE. It'll work on the 65. It'll work on the 63. It'll work on the 26. It will work on the 6. It doesn't matter what it is. So it doesn't matter what it is. Tomorrow, Brandi will do a live quiz in the Series 65, and she'll just go through it just the way Brandi does. And you know what? Sometimes she doesn't get them right.
That's true.
But do you know what I do know? She gets enough right to get a passing score. Every time.
At least a 70.
Every time. Well, you usually get more than a 70, but I don't want to brag.
I don't want to brag. Real quick before I forget, episode 1038 back in January of this year, we did a live quiz in less than 3 minutes.
So any of you want to look that up, Studying Brew episode 1038. I don't know why she tapped me to tell me. Should she tell you? 1038 live quiz, less than 3 minutes.
Right.
10 questions, right?
Yeah.
So anybody wants to see that, you can always go through our replays on Patreon, YouTube. You can definitely find them there. If you're not onto us, scan the QR code, hit the links. You can join up on that Patreon for free, and you can get the Studying Brew for free. And we have any events that I include the free. Guess what? You get that notification. You can be on. But I would get into the paid so that way you can go watch how she does a live quiz through these different questions. Get that edge. Start to learn how to get through these questions in a timely manner. Look, you might get the questions right in 20 minutes on one question, but this is a timed exam, yo. You got to get through these questions a lot faster. It's going to be an advantage. So get onto it. Course videos, live exam sessions, all member sessions. Check out everything we got and all the different options. We got books for sale, SIE 6, 63, 26, 65. Kona community on the Discord. I think they studied an hour before we got on tonight.
I think so, yeah.
So there's a live study session with other studiers. Check out that. Kona community on the Discord, 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text, or you can even shoot me an email at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. Check out the Kona Hall of Fame on the Insta if you have not. All right, quick reminder tomorrow. I kind of already said it. We got the Kona Study Hall. Do a quiz before the exam mastery. Then exam mastery, Brandi's going to do a live quiz and the series 65. And then right after that, she's going to do the series 26. And I can't remember what that one was about. Net capital. So she'll be going over that hot topic of net capital in the series 26. All righty. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Remember, we're going to go through this. Brandi Speed. She's just going to go through these questions. So answer them the same way you found the answers the first time.
Okay.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I can.
You can do it? You can do it? You can do it?
I got you.
All right.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Of course, it's a number one.
It starts with numbers, right?
Will it help to put the question up since I popped this at you?
I mean, kinda. So I just look real quick. Oh, you do it my speed, right? So I went this one. This is a content one. So I looked here and then it said bonds, convert, common shares, 1,000 divided by where's my conversion price? There it is, 50. Boom, boom, that's 20. Boom, 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 boom. There's no such thing. Oops. No such thing as that. No such thing as that. This is op. This is required. Boom, boom. Must. Oops. Must is the same as required. This is the only one. Sorry, I erased it, but that's the only one that is recognizable. Boom, boom. So there you go.
It's the only answer that you recognize at all from studying.
I don't even know what a BCTR is. All right. Low tax bracket, client who pays 0 taxes, busted. Seeking tax credits. This is going to be something about real estate, and this is a high tax bracket. We don't do that. That's usually that. Boom, boom. Most municipal bonds. The happy face. This one, okay, so this is the lowest, that's the highest, that's the third. But then I did this and I picked this one specifically because we talked about this on Tuesday. So I know it's the one that's really close to that one. Boom. And then rights, warrants, insider trading. So rights, warrant, insider trading, never heard of control. Dun, 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 dun. Existing shareholders, probably rights. Company which allows them to purchase additional stock. Yes. In advance of public offering. Yes. So rights. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Done.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if now you want to know how and how we got to those answers, now let's go back and teach it.
Yeah. Okay.
See, guys, how fast.
Go back to the top.
Okay. It's like almost like cardio for you. You breathe.
I got you. You can breathe. Okay.
I'm all do you.
Okay. No.
What was her time? I know I should have been like a rodeo. See how long you roped it.
It's not fair though, because my tools weren't working properly.
Oh, wow.
My erasers.
Wow. So you're saying you were slower because you had to deal with technological slowdowns.
And can I say, wow. For those of you who are going to go back and look, Kaplan, you're going to see that episode was a Kaplan quiz.
In 1038?
This is not a Kaplan quiz.
This is not a Kaplan.
This is a different brand. Same techniques apply because these techniques apply to all multiple choice.
Yeah, and so if anybody's going, well, she probably has Kaplan memorized. This is a whole different Q&A.
This is not. Anyways.
Kaplan.
Right. Okay. So I look at my numbers, right? And I establish usually when you see double digits like that with no dollar signs, right? It's probably going to be something. I mean, I don't know. This could be, I don't know how to describe it, but I just knew it wasn't going to be like too heavy of a math question, right? So I look and it's convertible bonds. My brain already said it's going to be par divided by whatever they give us in the question. It's always par divided by whatever they give us in the question. So it's now selling for 95. Doesn't matter. The bond has a conversion price of 50. So I'm just going to divide that by 50. Guys, 1,000 and like, you see guys how those are even numbers? If you don't, if math is not your thing and you can't look at that and go 10 divided by 5 is 2, which is fine. Okay, so that's not a dig, but I'm just want you guys to see 22, 19, and 21 can't come out of all of those zeros.
No, I don't
see that.
and if you're like 1,000 divided by 50 is too much, did you hear she just took it down to 10 divided by 5?
It, and you, it's just not possible to have a weird number when all you have is zeros.
Right.
Does that make sense? That's literally how I did this problem. It's the only one with zeros. Okay. And then the common stocks trading at 45, none of that mattered. Look, guys, the 95 didn't matter. The 45 didn't matter because they're asking how many shares I'm going to receive. So none of that mattered. I just needed to go par divided by price. Okay. That's it. All right. So this one, we don't talk about remediation and we don't talk about litigation.
Right.
Those are just not securities words. Okay. So mediation is, I put op, right? It's optional. Did you guys see how I am not going to take the time to write out optional? I have no time to write op.
Do you write this stuff on your scrap paper when you're taking a test?
If I need it, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go no, op, required. Do you guys see how messy that is? I'm the only one looking at it. Who cares?
Right. Just like your notes. You're the only one looking at it.
I saw Diana's notes. I resonated with you. See?
Oh, I know what that means.
Right. So I got you, right?
Hey, it's your chicken scratch.
Yeah. And so when I saw that mediation is optional, arbitration is required, all I needed to do was match that. All I need to do is match. Am I looking for the optional or required? As a condition, becoming a registered rep, how must? That means required. Does that make sense? That means it's required. Member firms and the registered rep tend disputes, arbitration. The other way I remember that it's arbitration is that it's an argument. A dispute is an argument, arbitration. It's cheesy. Go for it. So I know this one I messed up on because I accidentally erased before you guys saw the question. I've never heard of a BCTR. I've never heard of a CMIR. No reports would have been if something was innocent. And this is sus. Okay.
Right.
Guys, look right here. First line says it. A brokerage client begins to make strange cash deposits.
That's suspicious.
That's not innocent. Does that make sense?
Well, at the very least, it's suspicious.
It's suspicious. It's not, it's weird.
It is the definition of suspicious when you say strange.
And if you look in the question, why are you putting in 9,900 on Monday and again 9,900 on Tuesday? Just put the 19,000 or what, almost 20,000, just put it in on Tuesday. Oh, because we're going to do a CTR if we do that. So it's sus. You're hiding something. All right. Low tax bracket, high tax bracket. These two are opposite. We never talk about the client who's in the low tax bracket. We always talk about a client who's in the high tax bracket. If you're not paying taxes,
that's a whole different problem.
That's different. And then I put a client who's seeking tax credits. I relate the word tax credits to a real estate DPP.
You know me.
Okay, exactly. And it says most suitable municipal bonds, the high tax bracket. That's it.
Every last homie.
All right. I had to put this one. So if you're not a Kona member, you are getting a sneak peek right now. Okay. It was so funny because I saw this question after I pulled the question. I mean, after
you went over this on Tuesday?
I went over this topic on Tuesday. Okay. Now we have a NAV, we have a sales charge, we have a pop. In this particular question, it's 965 is the NAV. It's a sales charge of 4.25%, and they want to know a pop. We know from studying that it's NAV plus sales charge equals the pop. So if I'm starting with 965, and 924 is lower, absolutely not an answer choice. If you are hanging out with us in our Kona sessions or you have our study guide, you know that I have said in a situation like this, and you see two that are close together, it's probably going to be the higher one. Here's why. Most of us are going to go 965 plus 4.25% equals a blank number. We're going to take our calculators and we're going to go 965 times 4.25%, and we're going to get some random number. Okay. I know it's going to equal 1006, but watch. 965 times 4.25% is $41, 0.41 cents plus $9.65 is 1006. Yay, that's the answer. And what have I told everybody? This is going to be a common thing you guys see, because that's not the answer.
You just said it was the answer. We just celebrated.
The answer is that the sales charge is a percentage of the pop, not a percentage of the NAV. So if you can only remember this, pick the next higher answer choice, because the math formula is actually like this: 965 divided by 100% minus 4.25%, 965 divided by 95.75, and you're going to get 1008. That's the real answer.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. But nobody's got time for that.
No. See how much quicker that was to go? There's 2 cent difference between those two answers. I'm going with the higher one, 1008. Pick that right answer. We're already moving on down the road.
That's it. You guys saw how fast I answered it. I said, Brandi, don't do the math. Just use your technique. See if it's the answer. I clicked on it. It was the answer. Boom.
Is that like that on the real exam?
Yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't teach you guys these things if I didn't think that they would work on the real exam, or I used myself for the three of the hardest exams. This is the stuff I used.
And passed on the first time.
Passed the first try.
There you go. That was it. And if you're one of those freaks that loves math, stop. Love math on your free time. Love math in your own time, not on the exam. But no, for reals, because look how much time that saved. Look how much time that saved. Time is of the essence. You're probably going to need some time somewhere else on some other question. If not, just to be able to take a breath, have a word with God, and then go back at it. And if you don't think that's a real strategy, that is a real strategy. Brandi did the same thing. She literally, during the 65, the 7, pretty much all of them, she lucked out that there's a bathroom inside the testing center where she didn't have to go through security again. She got up, time's still running, by the way, went to the bathroom, did jumping jacks, splashed some water on her face, ran in place just to get the blood flowing again, went back out, knocked out the rest of the exam. That's a strategy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of students who literally take a moment, take a breath, meditate or pray, and then go back at it again. If you can save yourself some time to where you can center yourself and not everything's a rush, and usually when you overthink stuff and you're doing all this crazy stuff, it's usually the wrong answer anyway, to be honest with you, because you're going to miss something because you're just got that extra pressure that's unneeded. Guys, if you're not into the all exam sessions tomorrow, I don't know what you're doing. Get in there, do a live quiz with Brandi. Stop doing all the other nonsense where you're beating your head against the wall. Start learning how to get through these questions much faster, less thought, and less anxiety. And you too can go get yourself a pass notice. That's all I'm saying. All right, everybody. This is the last Studying Brew of the week. We will be back on Monday for the Studying Brew. But we have a member sessions tomorrow. You heard me talk about it. And we'll be back on Monday for all the great stuff on the regular schedule. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being on. I so super appreciate you. Guys, practice these techniques tonight and through the weekend. When you do your quizzes, we will see you guys next time. Have a great one.